Hello everybody, I hope you are all doing well. Today we are going to be working through a little bit of an upper body release and stretch. So hopefully you'll really feel the benefits of this when it comes to your posture. So opening up a little bit through the chest and also your mobility into the spine and into the shoulders. This is somewhere that we tend to carry a lot of tension, a lot of tightness. You might not even realize it. But if you've got stresses from work or even cold temperature, we tend to just hunch up through our shoulders. So we're going to work at trying to really soften them, warm them up a little bit and loosen the joints. So we're going to make a start in our child's pose today. So bring your big toes together and then just shuffle your knees out as wide as feels comfortable. Don't feel like you have to force them too wide at this stage in the practice. And then walk your hands forwards. Now, if you are tight in either your shoulders or in your hips, you can always keep the hips a little bit higher and you can always support yourself on your forearms. Please don't be here grimacing and suffering in silence. If you're experiencing pain, that's your body just telling you to back off a little bit. So make any adjustments that you need to. And you can also place a cushion behind your sit bones in between your bum and your heels, if that helps as well. Wherever you are, just relax your head, perhaps letting the forehead melt down to the earth. Let the eyes come down to a close if they're not already. Start to tune in with your breath. Feel the weight of your hips as they sink down towards your heels. Try and press down quite firmly through the palms of your hands so that you're inviting a little bit of activation into the shoulder joints and we're not just completely collapsing. Allow the breath to move through your whole upper body, so all the way down into the pelvis, the sides of the waist, the back of the rib cage, the sides and front of the rib cage, all the way up to your collarbones into your throat. And with each exhale, feel the whole upper body start to soften, sinking down towards the earth. Good. Take 2 more big breaths here. And then on your next inhale, we're going to start stacking the shoulders on top of the hips, sliding the hands back and then reach the arms wide and all the way up and overhead, connecting the palms, following the thumbs with the gaze. And then as you exhale, go back down the exact same way that you came up. So re-establishing your child's pose, sliding the hands towards the top of the mat, head melts down. 2 more like this. Inhale, drag the hands back, stack shoulders on top of hips. Sit up as tall as you can as you sweep the arms wide and high, following the thumbs with the gaze. And as you exhale, release the arms down by your side, reconnect the palms with the earth, slide the hands forwards, find that child's pose. 1 more like this. Inhaling, drag the hands back, sitting up as tall as you can as you circle the arms wide and high. And exhale, releasing the arms back down to the earth, sliding the hands to the end of the mat, coming to find your child's pose. Good job. Pause for an inhale here. And then we're going to do exactly the same, but this time we're going to lift the hips as well. So on your next inhale, start to stack your hips on top of your knees, shoulders on top of hips. Reach the arms wide and high, following the thumbs with the gaze. Gentle squeeze of the glutes to support you here. And then as you exhale, allow the hips to reconnect with the heels, hinging at the hips, sliding the hands forwards, coming back to that child's pose. 2 more like this. Inhaling, coming all the way up, drive the hips forwards by engaging the glutes, reach the arms up and overhead, and then exhaling, settle the hips back towards the heels and come back to find that child's pose. 1 more. Inhaling to draw yourself up. So just warming up the whole body, but starting to articulate into the shoulder joints, especially working them through some semicircles, meeting back in our child's pose. Awesome, guys. Pause for a breath here. And then from your child's pose, we're going to walk the hands off to the right-hand side. Try and keep both hips connected with your heels. Reach through the left fingertips, especially perhaps stacking the left hand on top of the right. Try to keep relaxing through your head. Take the breath into the left-hand side of the body. One more big inhale. And a long, slow exhale. Awesome. Walk the hands back through center. Pause here. And then take the arms off to the left-hand side. So this time really over-exaggerating that reach of the right fingertips, or maybe placing the right hand on the top of the left. Keep plugging that right hip back towards the right heel, breathing into the right rib cage here. One more breath. And then walk the hands back to center. Beautiful. Press down firmly through both hands. Lift the hips up. Slide the knees slightly closer together so that they're hip width apart. Coming to find your tabletop position. Make sure that your wrists are stacked underneath your shoulders, knees underneath hips. Press down firmly through both hands. Reach through the crown of the head. On your inhale, we're going to send the tailbone high, press the heart forwards, lift the gaze up. And then as you exhale, allow the tailbone to drop down towards the knees, draw the belly button back, press through your hands and draw your chin to your chest. Good. Inhaling, slowly, slowly rippling the chest forwards. Keep pushing down through the hands, lifting your gaze up. And exhaling to dome and round. So allow these movements to remain really slow, as if you're gliding through honey. We don't want to rush. Working to include every single vertebra in the spine here. So that includes the neck and the sacrum. Take one more like this. Inhaling to open up and lengthen through the spine, lifting the gaze, opening through the heart. And exhaling to send the tailbone down. Belly button draws back. Activate that core as you press the earth away. Good job. Come back to find your tabletop position. Keep pressing down firmly through your left hand. Reach the right fingertips forwards and start to draw these big circles in space with your right arm. So allowing the right fingertips to trace along the mat, then reach them forwards, up, back, and down. Good. 3 more like this. Again, slow movements. Good. Last 2. You might start to feel some heat in that shoulder joint. Don't worry if you can't lift your arm very high. It's not a problem. Good. The next time that you reach your arm forwards, continue on this semicircle, but pause as your right fingertips reach up towards the sky. So opening up through the chest. Squeeze those shoulder blades together. And as you exhale, we're going to thread the right arm underneath the left, bending through the left elbow and allowing your right ear and the outside of your right shoulder to drop all the way down to the mat. You can keep your left hand exactly where it is. It can stay next to your nose. Maybe you'd like to reach the left fingertips towards the front of the mat, or perhaps you'd like to extend the left arm up towards the sky, inviting a little bit more of a twist into the thoracic section of your spine. There is no right or wrong here. Just do whatever feels most comfortable for you in your body. Feel that beautiful stretch down the outside of your right shoulder, the back of the scapula, and just breathe here. Try to keep your knees stacked, your hips stacked on top of your knees. Good. 3 more breaths. Amazing. On your next inhale, slide that left hand back. If it's gone anywhere else, place it down next to your nose. Use a big breath in to unravel from your twist. Reach that right arm all the way back up to the sky. Now from here, we're going to keep reaching the right fingertips up until that left hand becomes weightless. We windmill the arms all the way up And reach your right fingertips towards your right heel. Left arm reaches up and over. If this feels too much, just support your lower back with your right hand. Drive the hips forward, strong through the glutes. Left fingertips are reaching all the way up towards the sky, perhaps slightly behind you. Breathe here. And then on your next exhale, slowly realign the spine, windmill the arms all the way back down to the earth, coming to find your tabletop position once again. Good job. Take a round of your cat-cow here, just noticing any differences that you might be experiencing in the shoulders and in the spine. And then moving on to the other side, so pressing down firmly through the right fingertips this time. Left fingertips reach towards the top of the mat, and then start to draw these big circles. You might feel as though you want to rush through them. That can make it a lot easier. But if you can, just really slow these movements down. It's in these moments of stillness or slowness that we actually are able to really connect with what's going on in the body. So you might notice some slightly sticky points, some resistance in the joints, maybe some heat. Any sensation is a conversation that your body is opening up with you. Good job. Last one. And then again, reach those fingertips forwards and up. And this time, pause here once again. Stretch those left fingertips as high as you can, really opening up through the chest. And then as you exhale, left arm threads underneath the right this time. Try and really stretch those left fingertips out towards the right-hand side, and then allow your left ear and the outside of your left shoulder to settle down against the earth. Hips are still stacked above the knees. Right hand can stay exactly where it is, or maybe you'd like to extend it towards the top of the mat. If you're here and you want to go anywhere else, then the next option is to maybe reach the right arm up towards the sky. This is a lovely posture, but it does just require quite a lot of strength or activation. So if you're trying to create a little bit more of a calming sensation within the body, then I recommend you stay supporting yourself with your right hand, whether that's next to your nose or at the top of the mat. Keep drawing the lower ribs back and the belly button in so that we're not just collapsing through the rib cage. Last couple of breaths here. Amazing. Whenever you're ready, slide that right hand back next to the nose. Use a big inhale to press down through the right hand. Reach the left arm all the way back up to the sky. And then allow the right hand to slowly start lifting off as you stack shoulders on top of hips and windmill the left arm down to maybe your left heel or your left hip, wherever you need that support. Right fingertips reach all the way up towards the sky, maybe towards the back of the mat. Lifting up through the chest, maybe lifting the gaze. Really squeeze those glutes. We don't want to just be dumping into the lower back here. One more breath. And then as you exhale, draw the belly button in, restack the shoulders on top of your hips, and then continue the movement, windmilling the arms all the way down and coming to find your tabletop once again. Really good job, guys. Hopefully feeling some warmth around the chest and into the shoulder joints. Take an inhale to find your cow pose, letting the belly drop, opening up through the heart, lifting the gaze. Take an exhale to dome and round, coming into your cat pose, drawing your chin to your chest. Re-establish that neutral spine, hips stay stacked above the knees, walk the hands forwards, coming very briefly through a puppy pose. So if this is strong on your shoulders, you can just widen the hands slightly, or you can support yourself with your forearms. Take the gaze towards the top of the mat if that feels comfortable, supporting yourself on your chin. Breathing here just for one more breath. Draw those lower ribs back. And then press down firmly through your hands. Keep looking towards the top of the mat, and as slowly as you can, ripple all the way down onto your belly. From here, we're going to reach the right arm out wide. Right ear is going to drop down to the mat. You can either just roll onto your right hand side from here, stacking both legs on top of each other. Left hip is stacked on top of the right hip. Or you can take a bend through your left knee and allow the left foot to find the mat behind your right thigh. Your left hand can stay down next to your nose, just acting as a little bit of a support, or you can reach it all the way up and over, placing the forearm in the small of your back. Breathe here. Keep pressing down firmly through the right palm of your hand. And if you're here and you're not really feeling too much at all, you can also start to bend through your your right knee and see if you can place the sole of the right foot down onto the mat next to the left. This is going to add much more intensity to the stretch. So just handle with care. Please don't force your body into any contortions or anything that is too deep for you. Taking 2 more breaths. And then to release, just let the left fingertips drop back down next to your nose. Re-extend the right leg, then the left leg, and just slowly, slowly make your way down onto your belly. There is no rush. Make a little pillow with your hands here for your forehead, and just take a couple of moments in stillness, allowing the hips to sway from side to side. And then whenever you are ready, extend the left arm out wide. Left ear connects with the earth this time. You can use your right fingertips to help roll you onto the left-hand side. So this time, right leg is on top of left. You can stay exactly as you are here. If this is already enough, then just stay here. Equally, if this is too much already, just try taking a bend through your knees, drawing the knees up towards your chest. That will help alleviate a little bit of the pressure from the shoulder joint. If you're here and you'd like to go deeper, take a bend through your right knee this time, placing the sole of the foot down onto the earth behind your left knee. Right hand can stay exactly where it is, or you can sweep it all the way up and over, bending at the elbow so that you can place the forearm in the small of your back. Just pause here for a few moments, resist the urge to go deeper straight away, just allowing the body to settle in, to adjust. And this might be absolutely plenty for you. However, if your body is calling out for a little bit more, then take a bend through your left knee as well. Place the sole of the left foot down onto the mat. Try and turn both knees up towards the sky. Now, just remember that you might have been able to do this on one side, and on this side, it's just not happening, and that's absolutely fine. It might be vice versa. Don't expect both sides to be exactly the same. This side definitely feels a whole lot more resistant for me, so good. Whenever you're ready to release, let the right fingertips come back down to the earth in front of your chest or your nose. Extend the left leg, followed by the right, and then just simply roll and unravel back down onto your belly, making that little pillow with your hands once again, releasing the forehead down and just having a bit of a sway and a rock of the hips from side to side. That's a very deep stretch into the pectoral muscles, so it's an amazing one to really lengthen and expand the muscles in the chest. So if you're spending a lot of time at a desk, then this movement, this stretch is going to reverse all of those shortening of the muscles across the chest and the lengthening of the muscles across the top of the back. So that's a really good one for you. It can feel very intense. It's quite a tender spot for a lot of us. So just be mindful with that. And then whenever you're ready, bring your hands underneath your shoulders. And we're just going to simply push ourselves up, press the hips back towards the heels, coming to find a kneeling position. We're going to just release into the wrists as well. So we've covered quite a lot of the shoulders and the thoracic spine. So we'll just work our way down into the wrists as well. So take a couple of little shoulder rolls to start with. Letting the fingers trace up and down the spine. And then come back to find stillness. We'll start with the right hand. Press the heel of the right hand away from you, extending through that right arm. And with your left hand, to start to draw the fingertips back towards your right elbow. Relax your right shoulder. So we have a tendency here to squeeze the right shoulder up towards the ear. Try and let it drop down. And really push the heel of your hand away from you and use as much leverage from that left hand as you want to draw the fingers back. Keep breathing. And then swapping sides, so pressing the heel of the left hand away from you, using the right fingertips to draw the left fingertips back towards the left elbow. Drop that left shoulder down. Keep sitting up as tall as you can. Reach through the crown of the head. So we're getting into the wrists as well as the forearms here. One more breath. Amazing. Release that left hand. Give both arms a little bit of a shake out. And then we're going to interlace the hands into a fist and try to zip up your forearms so they stay connected at all times. Relax the shoulders. Then we're going to draw a figure of 8 with the wrists, with the fist even. So getting into the wrists here. Try and keep those forearms connected if you can. And then a little challenge. See if you can reverse that figure of 8 with your fists. Might feel a little bit weird. Good job. Come back to find stillness. Again, give those hands a little bit of a shake out. Place the hands down on your thighs, palms facing down. As you exhale, slide the hands towards the knees, and at the same time, press your shoulder blades back and let your chin drop down towards your chest. So think cat pose. On your next inhale, slide the hands back towards the top of your thighs, bending through the elbows, and at the same time, press the chest forwards, lift the gaze up. Exhaling, push the hands down the thighs, allow the back of the spine to lengthen, chin drops down towards the chest. Inhaling, draw the hands back to the top of the thighs, opening up through the heart. Squeeze those shoulder blades together, lift the gaze up. One more like this. Exhaling to dome and round. This should feel like a really good stretch for the lower back as well. Inhaling to press the heart forwards. Lifting the gaze up and then reestablish that neutral spine. Let the eyes come down to a close. Take these last few moments to just observe anything that's going on in your body at this moment in time. Notice if anything came up for you. Working with the shoulders can often provide quite a release. It might be of physical tension, it might be of emotional tension. But as always, this is not a place for judgment or for over-analysis or criticism. It's just simply awareness. Awareness of what is going on in our body at any moment in time. Together, we'll take a big breath in through the nose, draw it down into the belly. And then open your mouth side out. Feel the shoulders soften and relax. Bring your hands to heart center, rest the thumbs lightly on your chest, bow your head. Thank yourself, most importantly, for showing up for your practice today. And thank you so, so much for tuning in to Move with me. Have a wonderful rest of your day or evening, and I look forward to seeing you all again very soon. Namaste. Thank you so much, guys. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you are feeling a little bit more free and open in your chest and your shoulders. Next week, we will also be working on quite a lot of mobility and strength. So I'm hoping that these two will really complement each other. Any questions or feedback, just let me know. And I look forward to seeing you all again soon. Namaste. Thank you.